Hello everybody and welcome to week 3. I wanted to go over some of the basics of Excel and cover some of the things that you might see in the projects for this week. For those of you that have not used Excel before, it's a spreadsheet. You can look across the bottom here, there are different tabs. So if it says go to the job analysis tab, that's the only one other than this has just the title on it. But if you have 3 or 4 tabs across the bottom, that's how you know which one you should be on. You can add more tabs by clicking that. You can rename them. We'll put so I just double clicked slowly. Alright, let's say you want to go back and rename it. I right click on it. You can rename it that way, or double click again. You can change the tab colors. So it doesn't really show up red while you're selected on it. It's kind of a faint red, but when you click away from it, you can see that. You can also delete it. So just a couple of different ways that you can add to a worksheet or manage the tabs. A lot of times if you have like a company that maybe it lists sales by month or sales by department, you could put those across the bottom here and still have it all in one workbook, which is very handy. All right, in Excel, each item is located in what's called a cell. So we've got the rows across the top. These are our columns, or sorry, letters across the top. Those are our columns, and then you've got the numbers down the side, which are our rows. So it'll give you a cell reference. If it says E3, you go over to the E column and down to 3. Okay, so that's how everything's going to be referenced. If it says go to cell B7 and type in a formula, that's what you do. You click on that cell. For those of you that have used Excel, this will be very common to you. But for those that haven't, it's a little bit different to get used to at first. All right, you'll notice at the top here, these cells are all merged together. So I'm going to undo the merge. Okay, and you can see that as I go to each different cell, then they're separate. But the assignment actually merged them together, and this is an easy thing to do. You click Merge and Center. So if you want to put a heading over here, put chart information. Keep holding down my key a little bit too long so everything's capitalized. Okay, so you'll notice that chart information is just in cell G1. If I want to center it across the chart, I can select all of those and do merge and center. Really quick and easy. And charts in Excel are easy because if you select them, you can move the chart wherever you want. You can move it down here. Okay, but I just wanted to quickly show you how you could merge and center information. Formulas are the biggest part of Excel. Formulas always start with an equal sign. So let's say I wanted to do a quick calculation to add up all these numbers. There's only 2. So really I could do equals this cell plus this cell. Oh, I had an extra parenthesis in there, which I shouldn't have. All right, so equals B4 plus B5. Okay, an easy way to add up 2 numbers. Now, let's say that this, instead of just being 2 numbers, it was a whole list of 10 numbers. That would take a while to do plus B4 plus B5 plus B6, and on and on and on. So another way that you can do it is equals, and it's called the sum formula. And when you start typing it in, it's going to kind of bring up a couple of helps. So we want the sum. We would need to put a parentheses, type it in, put the other parentheses. Now what's nice about this is if there's a whole bunch of numbers, you just click and drag all of those numbers and it will do a sum of all of them. All right, so 2 different ways we've done it so far. Now, another thing, you'll notice that when you click on the cell, when I click down here on C7, you'll see our formula up here in the formula bar. All right, I'm going to show you one other way, and then I'm going to show you the fill handle down below. So up here is what's called the insert function button. And this works really handy. If you don't know what formula you're looking for, it's going to bring up a list of them. It says describe what you want to do. Okay, I want to do a sum. I type in sum, and it brings it up down here. So I can click sum, and I can click OK. Now this is a little handy because it helps you build the formula. Instead of remembering, oh, I've got to do equals, I've got to do a parentheses, it helps you build it. So it says, well, what numbers do you want? It has D4 through D6. Okay, and nothing's in the chemistry, but let's say we come and add numbers to chemistry later. If we add that into our formula, then it's going to be accurate for when numbers are added to the chemistry department. All right, so really you can just click on OK, and it enters it in. So let me just show you right here. Let's say that we add in 1,000 for chemistry, and it automatically updated our total. On this one, since we didn't add it in, it'd be easy to go back and change it. Oops. Well, what did I do? I had the 5 and the 6 in there. That's not going to work. Okay. All right, so the same thing there. If we added in some numbers, it would update it. All right, so let me just quickly build the sum down here. I'm just going to do it this way because it's pretty quick and easy. Oh, my cursor is all over the place tonight. All right, I wanted to show you what the fill handle is. So when I click back on this, you'll see that it's doing a sum of B11 through B13. All right, now I want to do the same thing over here, and I want to do the same thing over here. So if I click, when you move your cursor to the bottom corner, it changes to a plus sign. So when you do that, if you click and drag it, it's going to copy that formula over. Now I'm not wanting these 3 numbers to be totaled here. I want these 3 numbers to be totaled here. So you'll notice that it changed from the B column to the C column. Same thing over here. This changed from the B column to the D column, so that it's adding the numbers right above. All right, so just a couple of quick things that you'll see in Excel, especially this first week as we go over the basics. Up here, when I added those 3 numbers, it had a sum to add all of those numbers together. Now, let me just see if this one will work here if I total it across. Nope, so it's looking for numbers up there. So for this one, oh, let me undo that. So for this one, you can just do some equals sum the numbers across this way. And then it's adding up those 3 numbers right there. All right, I hope that you have a fun week. It's a fun program. Don't get too frustrated with it. There's a lot of information, especially if you're new to it. Make sure that you go through the learning assignment and really go through each step carefully so that you understand it. But I hope that you have fun with it, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.